Hello everyone and welcome to this video Some Frontier video. My name is Jay Wakefield. What you're looking at today is the replacement for my Compaq DeskPro EN P1 GHz. Unfortunately I had to replace it as, well, for reasons I'll explain right now. As you can see here, I have two desktop systems. The Packard Bell Legend Multimedia and the Compaq Presario 2240. Sometime soon I hope to be getting another Compaq, a Compaq DeskPro 2000 from my good friend Matthew Halstead, and the machine has been looked over by LML3, which is also another good friend of mine, and so hopefully you should be getting that probably within the next month or so. Hopefully it'll be all quite exciting. And the thing is, with the DeskPro EN as well, that would have been for desktops, and it could have become a wee bit unwieldy, especially if I needed to service any of the systems. Might have also been a wee bit heavy. So I thought best to replace it with a tower. So I let the DeskPro EN P1 GHz go on FreeCycle, and I got this. Now what this is a custom built, slightly less powerful, but the important thing is, it's a tower. This is made by some company whose badge I can't read. TCC 01427, whatever that is. It looks like a phone number. It's not local. I don't think it was made. I'm not too sure. Or it could be. I don't know. It certainly doesn't look like the Grampian Electronics sticker. So on the front of the case you can see there's a CD writer, black DVD writer. I'm hoping to get that replaced with a beige DVD-ROM drive. You know, to make it kind of look more, you know, original. These weren't the original drives that came in it. There was a 52-speed CD-ROM drive, which I've since put in the Packard Bell. And there was an HP CD writer, which doesn't work. And it's now in the bucket. It came with a floppy drive, but I actually removed the blanking plate under here and put the ZIP drive in, which I got with the Abstalgia PC, which is a bit dead. And there's power and reset buttons. Now, if we pull the system around, like so, we see a motherboard that literally has no sound and graphics on it. But that's absolutely fine, because this came with an NVIDIA GeForce 256 DDR. I replaced that with my GeForce 2MX. It came with a very impressive Sound Blaster Live card from Creative. It also came with a modem, which I've moved up to this slot, and in the slot where the modem was is an Ethernet controller, which I added. The ports are PS2 mouse and keyboard, two USB 1.1 ports, two serial ports, and an IEEE 1284 parallel port. And then you've got VGA, S-Video out, RJ11 out, MIDI port, it's 5.1 audio, so you've got your regular, and then you've got these two. I'm not too sure how you configure a 5.1 system because I've never done it. Then you've got microphone and line in, and then you've got an RJ45 out. So, if we have a look here on the side, I'll just pull this off and we'll have a look inside the machine. Came with a 40 gig Maxstar drive originally, but I took that out and threw in a 120 gig Maxstar drive, originally in my 2006 Custom Built. Processor in here is a Pentium III You can't see it, but it's a Pentium III 800MHz slot 1 processor. The made slot 1 processors, you can get 1GHz slot loaders. I didn't realise this until I looked on eBay out of curiosity. But they are expensive and quite rare. Here's all the expansion cards. And it came with 128 megs of RAM, but I've upped it to 512 megs. So that is the machine itself. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook it up and we'll have a look at it. Okay guys, so now it's the next day. I was on Skype with my friends Billy and Luke, and I really wanted to kind of stick around on Skype and just chat to them. So, here's the machine. I've set it all back up. That's connected to this 8-port KVM switch, of which I will actually be doing a video about. The 8-port KVM is connected to this monitor, mouse and keyboard. There are speakers connected to a 5-way hub with leads each going to this machine, the Compaq, the Dell and the Custom Built. So, now we know how it's set up, let's select the machine on the KVM and power up. Now, I have had to change the graphics card in here, so because I was having trouble with my GeForce 2 with Lego Island. So what I've done is I've put a Riva TNT2 in, which I thought I'd thrown out. It was from the Abstalgia PC. I'd had trouble with that card and the Compaq DeskPro EN. As it turns out, on this system it's absolutely fine. So it's basically a case of different cards will work with different systems. Quite odd. So what we have here is a boot menu. This system has a 120 gig drive in, 60 gigs each partitioned to Windows 2000 and Windows 98. First off, let's go into Windows 98. It's a wee bit slower than I would think, but it's not too bad. I certainly do believe the Trellatons are a lot quicker than the Coppermines, because I've been working recently on a Dell Latitude C810, which has a Trellaton Pentium 3, and it is very quick. Unfortunately, the screen doesn't work. Just wait until I can afford to buy a screen. Same with the Inspiron 8200 as well. That's needing on a screen. So here's my Pentium. Here's my desktop background. Got myself some Logitech Z323 speakers, which aren't bad actually. I got them for about £24 on eBay. They came and I realised that they were the wrong plug, so I've had to use one of these adapters, plug Yoro plugs into UK outlets. And yes, the speakers do accept a 240 volt current. So, I've got a CD in the tray, but I've not put the tray in just yet. Let's have a look at what we've got on here. So as you can see, I've installed a fair amount of programs. There's the Works portfolio, which can mean only one thing. There's Works 6 on here. Oh, it's WorkSuite 2001. What a surprise, Jay installs WorkSuite. Alert the presses. So there's also Office 2000 on here. Very nice. Now it's asking me to register. Don't want to. You can't make me. You can't force me. Works portfolio. I don't want to register online, but here's Encarta 2001. This was ladies and gentlemen, the Encarta startup sound. Little known facts about Encarta 2001. The first version of Encarta that gave you the option to install all the content to your hard drive. So you can run it without the DVD, or in this case the CDs. It was a 3 CD set. Encarta 2000 required you to always have the DVD in the drive, or the CD, depending on which version you had. I sort of remember Encarta. The first version of Encarta I saw that you could run locally was 2002. I was just amazed. A posteriori, relating to that which is known through experience. I didn't realise that was going to go for something really complicated. But, you know, it's Encarta has multimedia things. Oh, everything's all gone. It's gone. Vanished. Let's type something in. Type in the Battle of Bannockburn. So there we go. So we've got some multimedia, not much. Oh, we've got a picture of the battle, you know, painting. So basically, what Encarta was, it was a CD-ROM version of the actual Encarta encyclopedia, which is basically it's basically equivalent to Britannica encyclopedia. You can actually get Britannica as well in CD-ROM, or you could. The programs like Encarta encyclopedia for the PC have become quite redundant in more recent years because internet access is, you know, it's a lot more common than it used to be. So let's see if I can pull up anything, you know, that's kind of rich in multimedia. So you've got Scotland, resources, rivers and lakes. You've got things like population. Let's have a look at culture, see if I can find any. So we've got world and folk music. So so you've got that. Let's have a look. I wonder if there's any bagpipe music that I can pull up. This might be it. So, like I said, I mean, it's Encarta has always been known for being media rich, and look, there's a ceilidh, Scottish ceilidh, which is kind of a dance. It's kind of a get together where people do, you know, different kind of traditional dances, quite high energy, and yeah, it's the sort of thing that can it'll make you sleep at night. I'll give you that. You know, I've ceilidhed before. It's quite fun. Popular music of Scotland. A unique of Gaelic vocal music tradition referred to as punt a buil, mouth music, became popular in Scotland in the 18th century. The music was performed for dancing and was sung in a slightly highly rhythmic style and without a text. Vocals were based around nonsense vocables and syllables that were easy adapted to various rhythms. This example is performed by a Scottish pop group called Mouth Music. Though the song is based on this vocal tradition, contemporary electric instruments have been added for a new updated sound. So there you have it. That's Encarta in all its multimedia glory. You got the usual. Menagerie of programs that one can associate with WorkSuite. This is the American version of WorkSuite 2001. So naturally, I get a copy of Streets and Trips. So you've got Microsoft Picture Publishing 2001. You can make cards and things like that. You know, basically do home publishing designs, greeting cards, invitations, fancy effects on photographs, that sort of thing. Now I want to show you something actually that's quite fun on this system. The Creative Labs Play Center. And the, well, maybe not that, but certainly the Audio HQ if I can find it. Here we go. There's a few things that you can do, you know, playing about with the sound card, but my favourite is this, the keyboard. Why is it set to dulcimer? Let's see. Oh wow, it's quite quiet. I think what I'm going to do is readjust the MIDI, the synth volume. Come on, maybe not that. No, volume controls, synth. Where's synth? Oh, no wonder it's quiet. There it is. Yep. I can't actually do it in the key of C. Yeah, I played that incorrectly because the copyright mafia would have been after me. That's my excuse and I'm sticking with it. Although I realise that Nutcracker is actually copyright free, so... I'd normally like to move from C to B, but it's a keyboard. It's a computer keyboard rather than a musical keyboard. Dude. Or I can. I can't do it. Gotta stretch my fingers too high. Oh, short, wee, stubby fingers. I can't do it properly. Damn it. But you can, yeah, you can. You can actually, like I said, you can actually just play with the different sound fonts on this keyboard. It's quite fun. You know, and then you've got, you know, different ways of configuring your sound card. This has got EQ support, which I'm not entirely sure what that actually does, but it's there. And then you can configure your sound, different instruments and sound fonts and what have you. And then your speakers. When I set up this sound card, it asked me what speaker configuration I had, because it is a 5.1, like I said last night. Well, earlier on in this video. Something else I've also got on this system, Microsoft Visio. Now, did you know that Visio 2000 was the first version released by Microsoft after they bought it? I never realised that Visio wasn't originally a Microsoft thing. I never realised how slow it was. But look, I mean, it's not changed, really, apart from the ribbon interface. It's still basically the same as it's always been. I quite like that. Anyway, let's try some games out on here. Now, Elmel3 told me that with this system I probably should get Porsche Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed going on here. Unleashed? What am I on about? Did I put it back to the dealer? So basically just a case of loading it in. Oh, there we go. Wrong drive. Now I can't blooming see what I'm trying to do. Oh, install. There we go. Porsche 2000. Let's see, will I install the lot? Oh, thanks EA. You could also buy FIFA 2000 if you wanted. Well, I already own a copy of FIFA 2000. Your move. I think this is the perfect time to get a hold of a cup of tea. Okay, so I've never played Need for Speed Porsche before, Porsche Unleashed. So this will be a new experience for me. So it's all about the Porsche. So I've got to create myself a player. So hit that button there. Select my driver. I'll have this guy. Enter my name. My name is Jay. Done. Advanced. I hate. So I'll just have a quick wee race. There's a way to say that. Looks like a 356. So you've got different cars like 356, 911, 944, 959. 911, 911 Boxster, 928, 911 Carrera, 911 Turbo. Bloody thing's crashed. This computer really isn't I've got to be completely honest. It's really not the best. Okay, so I'm having some difficulties with this. So instead, let's just go into Windows 2000 and play some games I've got set up there. So a bit about this custom built. It was made by someone, I think the badge used to say TCC, and when I checked the area code it was from Gainsborough in Lincolnshire, which is in England, which, yeah, I've been to Lincolnshire. It's actually quite a nice place. But certainly if better together means PCs that crash, then I'm going to trade up to a Grampian electronics system. IBM's used to be made in Greenock. Oh, now it's decided to... Oh, that's clever. It knew I shut down the Windows 98 partition properly, so it's running check disk on here. Wow, very clever. Never expected that. I've always kind of liked the Windows 2000 kind of graphical startup screen in the progress bar. I always thought that was pretty cool. So now it's pretty much loaded Windows 2000, so what's going to happen now is it'll actually start up the machine. Well, it's checked the disk. No problems. Now, what I've managed to do is edit the registry so that the black mouse pointer appears at the login screen. Oh, and someone was actually asking on my channel, why do I always use a big black mouse pointer? Well, it's quite simple. I'm visually impaired, and as such, you know, would lose a small white mouse pointer. So that is why I use a big black pointer. There we go. Now, I've installed Croc on here. I was having problems with Windows 98 with Croc. My sound card was just kind of putting back random MIDI notes if I had ambient sound on. But in Windows 2000, it works perfectly. So let's see how badly I can play this one-handed on here. That's helpful. I need left-hand side. Pass the door chip on the left-hand side. What I mean is I need these keys. Oh, I didn't mean to kick the dowel. Ah! But yeah, I mean, this works perfectly, and the fact that I've got, you know, speakers that provide a wee bit of depth for what they are. Yes, I know Logitechs aren't the last word in sound quality, but, ah! Whoa! So I've got this running in Direct 3D at 1024 by 768. But to be honest, when I was getting this system, whoops, I was thinking of, well, I had another system in the works that I was thinking of building, and I've got some of the parts for that. Some of them have made their way into this system, for example, the increased RAM. But some, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make you wait until my next video to find out. Well, a future video. I can't honestly believe it would be my next, but I know my friend Elmo3, I'm trying to convince him to buy the same KVM switch as I have because I think it would be brilliant. So I'm going to do a video on that. Not because I have the KVM, but because I know it to have been the best KVM I've ever used. By a company that no longer really exists. Whoops! Yeah, this is difficult to play one-handed. I hate to say it, but... Oh yeah, I'm not imagining things. The sun is there. Oh wow. Look at that. I just find it quite interesting how you go through doors. Oh, jings. What have I done? What have I done? I've forgotten a crystal. That's what I've done. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I'm gonna quit Croc. That's what I'm gonna do. It's a Croc how I've not got all the crystals. Anyway, that concludes this video of the Pentium III Custom Built Gainsborough Tart. And I hope you've enjoyed watching it. If you have, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Also, please feel free to leave a comment, you know, if you have one. But that all said, thank you for watching, and please join me for my next video.